Senator Eakin, let's go to bonding. Representative Bly introduced that topic for us, but let's start with you and let's talk a little bit about the Senate bonding bill and where that's at, and we'll go around the table and have some conversation about that.
Sure. Well, in the Senate, we've started moving a bonding bill, and Senator Nelson serves on the Capital Investment Committee with myself, and we basically passed the bill that we'd passed last year, minus the Southwest Light Rail, which was the stumbling block at the end of session that caused the whole thing to unravel in the end. That was a provision that allowed Hennepin County to tax its residents more to support light rail. That is no longer an issue because they figured out a way to take care of that funding problem on their own without going through the legislature, without legislative action. So that shouldn't be an issue any longer. And so basically we're starting where we left off last year. And I feel very optimistic, at least cautiously optimistic, that we're going to get it done this time. I was very frustrated at the end of the last session when things unraveled, and I think it was the last 15 minutes of the session in the Senate. That's when we'd gotten the bonding bill. But I think we laid out a blueprint. Even though I was frustrated that it didn't happen last year, I think it lays out a nice blueprint for us to follow this year. It did have strong bipartisan support. And I hope things don't go to the last minute, and Senator Nelson can talk to the bill that she has, which it will reform the system so that the bills have to come to the floor earlier. And I think it's very good legislation.
Let's talk about that in the bonding bill.
Sure,
go ahead.
Sure. Well, the bonding bill is critical. We were glad to get it. We're ready. We're ready for the House bonding bill. You know, they have to originate in the House. But to the deadlines issue, we did pass 3 joint resolutions, House and Senate, for deadlines, getting bills through each body. But the real issue comes at the end of session when you need to get the House bill and the Senate bill conferenced into one. And the fact that a lot of times this happens in the last few minutes of the session is problematic. The bonding bill last year is one key example of that. So the bill I have is just that there needs to be a 4th deadline, another deadline, and that is for when those conference committee reports need to come out. The bill says they need to come out 1 week prior to our mandated adjournment date. That'd be May 15th this year.
Representative Bly, bonding bill, House?
I think it's important to have one. I'm disappointed that we couldn't come together last year and get it done. Representative Erdahl did say that he was planning to have a bonding bill. I haven't heard much about it other than that. Of course, I'm in the minority, so I don't hear a lot about what's the plan or what's going on. But maybe Representative Miller can tell us about the bonding bill and its possible progress.
Well, I may be disappointing you because I probably know only a little bit more than you do. I would say that there are many things that were in the bonding bill last year the bonding bill in general is very mutually supported. I know the vote was very higher, I don't know what the history is, but higher than many other years. And there are some important things that did not roll over. The RFA was one of them. But we have the Water Investment Fund. We have some other projects that really some of our smaller cities are dependent on, some road projects, some of those things. And so I do know that I am on the Capital Investment Committee, and we've met a couple times. We've heard the governor's proposals. We have heard the Senate's, and now we're kind of rolling through with the University of Minnesota with REAPER and things like that. I do think...
Tell the viewers what REAPER is.
HEAPER. I say receipt, so I don't know what REAPER is because it's HEAPER. So I don't know what it stands for, but I know that it's sort of the physical plant. The physical plant updates to the facilities that are with the University of Minnesota and also MnSCU. So I think some of those things are going to be discussed. What it looks like as the session progresses, I 100% support what you're coming forward with, Senator, on getting these things out rather than last minute addressing these. I do believe that once again, and I think we will probably all intellectually agree with this, that the bonding bill ends up being one of the pieces of the puzzle, a little bit of the game pieces on the board. And so exactly what direction it's going to go this year, I think it's really still a little bit early to know for sure.
Hopefully we'll see it before a little before we did last year. So
hopefully.
Well, actually, I was hoping that we would get this bonding bill out the door right away.
Oh, I agree.
It was kind of a cleanup from last year.
Yeah, I agree.
And then start fresh. So I was hopeful when the Senate, when we passed it out of the Capital Investment Committee early on, like 2 weeks ago, I was a little hopeful for that, but I'm not as hopeful now. The more the time ticks on, the more likely it will be coming at the end of session.
Right.
And I thought it was important to note that it really is a good bread and butter, meat and potatoes kind of bonding bill that we passed. It includes, like you mentioned, the HEAPR, which is the Higher Education Asset Preservation for our college campuses. It included funding for flood mitigation, for solid waste facilities, wastewater treatment upgrades. It included funding for a railroad underpass in Moorhead, which is important to the people in my community. So there's all kinds of very important funding. It might not be the most exciting bill when you're talking about things like solid waste or wastewater treatment, but it's very important, vitally important to the quality of life of people here.
I think that's an indicator that it's a relatively good bill with what you're talking about, because of course when you get to bonding, oftentimes we talk about the excesses in bonding, and excesses tend to be what you want and not what is, your district, this is excess, but we need to make sure that we have it in mind, and that tends to be what precipitates going through session. So go ahead.
I was just going to say that I'm really pleased that the governor in the original bill had included the water infrastructure upgrades. We've really kind of ignored our infrastructure in that area, and we can't let that go. We have to make sure that we keep up with things if we want to make sure we have safe drinking water for people. And it's really important. That
I'd like to follow up on that, because we've got a question actually it's directed at you, Senator Eakin. Detroit Lakes needs a new water treatment plant.
Yep.
And the viewer wants to know what the status of that is, if anything. So we've got informed viewers. Let's see if we can answer his question. What do you think?
Right, and we have a provision, it includes the wastewater treatment funding in the bonding bill that we passed out of committee. It'd be about $12 million for Detroit Lakes, but we want to get that number even higher, because it's actually more like $36 million to upgrade the treatment facilities in Detroit Lakes. That's significant, just because Detroit Lakes has a more stringent standard for its phosphorus emissions than any other city in the state. And so we're working on language that we're going to try to pursue that would increase the cap on the grants that are available through the bonding bill for cities that have excessively high or more stringent standards that require a much more costly upgrade to their facilities. So we're working on that, but the bill that currently exists does have $12 million that would go to Detroit Lakes for that wastewater treatment upgrade.
And to our viewer, we say, stay tuned.
Right.
So.